Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome back to Quorra, your go-to source for market insights and economic updates. I'm your host, Name, and today we're diving into a story that's got investors taking a deep breath and focusing on the positives. So, you might have heard by now that the Nasdaq composite and S&P 500 rose modestly yesterday, as investors brushed off the uncertainty of a potential U.S. government shutdown. Now, this is a risk that many are keeping a close eye on, but it seems like investors are choosing to look through the potential for a shutdown and focus on the things that do matter. One of the biggest boosters for the S&P was the technology sector. We're talking about big gains from AI chip leader NVIDIA, Microsoft, Electronic Arts, and Lam Research. These companies are all betting on growth from artificial intelligence, which is an area that's getting a lot of attention from investors right now. And it seems like they're not alone. According to a recent Goldman Sachs research report, financial markets generally shrug off government shutdowns. But what's interesting is that this isn't the first time we've seen a potential shutdown cause some market volatility. As Lindsay Bell, chief strategist at 248 Ventures, pointed out, investors are clinging to the positives and looking through the potential for a shutdown. Now, let's talk about what's driving these gains in tech stocks. One of the key factors is the expectation that the Fed will keep cutting interest rates as it grapples with persistent inflation concerns and labor market uncertainties. And we're seeing some hawkish talk from Federal Reserve officials, like Cleveland Fed President Bate Hammack, who's calling for restrictive monetary policy to cool inflation. But despite all this uncertainty, investors are still optimistic about the future of AI investments. As we saw with the big push from Electronic Arts after they agreed to be taken private in a $55 billion deal. This transaction is seen as confirmation that the M&A market is open, and it's fueling hopes for broader deal prospects. And if you thought that was exciting, there's another story brewing. U.S. President Donald Trump recently shared a video promoting the health benefits of hemp-derived cannabidiol, which has led to a surge in shares of cannabis-related companies like Canopy Growth and Cronos Group. So what does all this mean for the market? Well, according to Sinead Caro at Reuters, the Nasdaq composite added 120.1 points, or 0.53%, to 22,604.17, while the S&P 500 gained 14.98 points, or 0.23%, to 6,658.68. As we look ahead to this week's focus on funding and government shutdowns, it's clear that investors are choosing to stay focused on the positives. The market might not be going to the moon, but it's looking through the potential for a shutdown and focusing on the things that do matter. And that's what makes Quorra your go-to source for market insights and economic updates. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Quorra. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more market insights and economic updates. We'll be back with another video soon.